James Thomas, morning, Flynn. I got my two favorite critics with me. I got Tony and I got Janelle. We had the pleasure of her dad at the screening. That was fun for Fly Me to the Moon. I hope he enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, made a lot of memories for me. But let's talk about that real quick. Fly Me to the Moon. Tony, you always have the best description. I'm going to shut up and let you talk.
All right. Well, it's a charming romantic comedy that's set during the space race in 1969 and focuses on the Apollo 11 mission and how, the public persona with NASA was really down at that time, and they needed someone on board to help give it a positive image in the public eye.
So, Janelle, what did you think about it?
Oh, I think it's another one of those movies that the trailer does it disservice. There's something about Channing Tatum movies when they put out a trailer, it doesn't reflect what the movie is at all. I was expecting something really kind of cutesy, mainly focused on the quote unquote faking of the moon landing. But overall, it was about the history of how important it was to the country at that time with the Vietnam War going on, how important it was to have space travel and to have something of hope for that would unite the nation.
I would have to agree with you on that. It's kind of funny. I guess I'm the only one here who actually got a chance to see as it was actually happening. I remember I was actually way on my way out the door. My dad was sitting there and he says, they're landing on the moon, and I froze. And here we are, yes, black and white TV, looking at the landing on the moon, and I was just in awe. I was actually headed out the door to meet some friends and actually sat there and watched that. You're absolutely right. During that time, it kind of brought the entire nation together because, man, we were so divided. I mean, you're talking about war, you're talking about race relations, all kinds of mess was going on, but we all came together for this one incredible event and one incredible day and one incredible cause. It was very interesting. I'm going to give it four and a half, maybe five out of five. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to give it, be generous with it. Janelle's like, really? Go ahead, Janelle. What are you going to give it?
I think somewhere between like about a three and a half, four. I think it was really good. I did think it was a little long in some parts. I mean, it was about two and a half, or I'm sorry, 2 hours and about 15 minutes long. A side note is as we were going home, my dad said that he goes when his grandfather, so, they were all watching it together, and his granddad said, that's fake. And so I said, oh, your grandpa would have loved this movie then, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you would have. Tony?
So I was like, yeah, I thought it was good. Um, I think I think it's more enjoyable than what people are expecting out of that trailer. So I would give it maybe a four.
Yeah, I agree with you on that because you talking about Channing Tatum, and Carl was even saying Channing Tatum, eh. All right, Tony.
I'm going 3.5 out of 5. Look, I did have a good time with it. There are some issues, though. It is overlong. We've talked about this. The cast, though, has to be talked about. We haven't mentioned them yet. Scarlett Johansson's fantastic. This is kind of one of my favorite roles from her. Channing Tatum actually does a great job as well here, but it's the supporting cast. I mean,
Woody
Woody
Harrelson.
Harrelson steals the show. You have to mention
Jim
him. Jim
Rash.
Rash was
Yeah.
hilarious. Victor Garber, Ray Romano, Colin Jost. I mean, everybody delivers. Some are more screen time than others, but they don't really have the most historical accurate film here, which is okay. They want the entertainment value. It's got style, it's quippy dialogue works, and like we said, its cast delivers. Overall, I thought it was really fun. Like I said, 3.5 out of 5. It's older generations are going to appreciate this more than people my age. However, as long as you give yourself to the film, you're going to find something here to enjoy. And I really hope people do kind of check this out because, as Janelle alluded to, the marketing's done a giant disservice to this film.
Yeah, it did, definitely. So it sounds like we're going to be right at a four, somewhere in there. Speaking about the older generation, I want to talk about a movie called Touch. It's a really interesting movie. I was the only one that got a chance to see it because I actually got an invitation in the mail. Didn't have to go to a screen or anything. Baltasar Kormákur is the director of this particular movie. It's romantic. It's a thrilling story that spans several decades and continents. You're talking about a young man from Iceland who's in London in the 60s and works at a Japanese restaurant and falls in love with the daughter of the Japanese owner. And they talk about Yoko Ono, and John Lennon is brought up in this. Yes, I enjoyed the music. I was going back to my Volkswagen, going down the highway with my little Seals and Crofts hat on. I was just enjoying the whole thing. It spans 50 years. This guy goes from being a young man to an old man and looking for lost love. I definitely give this 4.5 out of 5. It is for the older generation. It is called Touch. You will really enjoy this movie. That's it, folks. From old to new and new to old. Janelle, Tony, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend. Janelle, hang in there. Good luck. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Tell you it's going to happen. All right, folks. Have a good weekend.